So if you're constantly struggling with relating to people, you feel like you're too much or you're not enough, or you feel like something's wrong with you and that's why you keep messing everything up. In this video, I'm going to show you how your relationship to relationships and your relationship to other people is completely determined by your relationships with your caregiver and mainly your mother, which imprinted on you and drives your relationship, every single relationship you have moving forward. And until you fix this, your relationships will continuously go to shit and cause you a lot of problems. Now, in the first 1 to 7 years, you're in your infancy period, and it's also called an imprint period, where you don't actually have a critical faculty to determine what's true, what's not true, what you should accept, what you should decline in your psyche. Everything is basically accepting, accepting, accepting. You just accept everything and you reject nothing because you are essentially trusting and very innocent as a child. And obviously, your brain's not mature enough to be able to make a solid judgment, anyways. So, as a consequence, your nervous system adapts to that of everybody around it, especially your mother, because she is vital for your survival. Now, if you grew up with a dysfunctional mother who can't actually love you, who betrays you, manipulates you, emotionally abuses you, then you're going to think that's what love is. And you're going to essentially, and in some cases, the mother might make you feel responsible for her emotions, which is called parentification, and you struggle with a lot of guilt and you feel almost overbearing and overly responsible for your partner's emotions. So basically, what you're doing is that's your imprint of what love is. And as a consequence, you will match with people who fit that exact same template, and you will recreate that pattern of what love is. So if you're constantly getting in relationships where you're getting cheated on and betrayed, it's because you got betrayed as a child. If you get constantly getting in relationships that have a lot of extreme conflict, it's because there's a lot of conflict in your, and that's what your nervous system is actually adapted to and addicted to, and it's what it unconsciously searches because you need conflict, because that's essentially what you're addicted to and want. Now, another issue is enmeshment, where you and your mother are basically one. This is normal for a child in the very beginning because their identity is their mother and it needs to be that way. But as you mature and grow, you start to develop your own identity and your own ego to start to separate. But if you have a very enmeshed mother and a devouring mother, she won't actually allow that natural process to take place because she needs you for her own personal gain and her own personal insecurity. So she'll stunt your growth and development, and there will almost be a fusion of you two. And it's very disgusting. And it's very messed up on the mother's behalf. So the child becomes overly emotional, overly stunted, doesn't really become a man, always stays a very immature boy, and then you attract people who are in that same manner, and you'll even feel guilty for having a significant other because you feel like you're cheating on your mom because you should only be emotionally available to your mom or your dad. This goes both ways. So the relationship with your mother determines your relationship with anybody else. So in order to overcome this, you have to actually heal the unconscious wounding that your mother created, see it for what it is, let it go, and let go of your mother or your father, and essentially separate from them and individuate from them, because you are an individual and you are not them and they are not you. And this takes a little bit of work, but you need to do some deep healing. And as a consequence, the way you relate with people, your emotional connections, it just becomes so much better. Your results in the world become so much better. There's no so much pressure and neediness, and you allow people to work for you, your validation, and you're not just some like annoying pest that you feel like you always are. And this is how we heal. By healing these unconscious wounding, we can go ahead and uh, heal our relationships. So hopefully this video was helpful. If it was, leave a like and follow for more content like this.